What's up? Welcome to That's Enough. He's Steve. I'm Mike, and today we're talking everyone's favorite people in sports. I should have done our opening, by the way. This is That's Enough, the show full of sports topics we just can stop talking about.
We are everyone's favorite people in sports.
We are, exactly. The sarcastic way of looking at it are officials, umpires, referees, and that's who's getting the spotlight this week. The show's only 15 minutes long, and this could be a very lengthy discussion. So let's get into it, Steve. You've had the boys and girls in blue, or the zebras, whatever you want to call them, the officials, on your mind lately.
I get the idea of the human element of the game. I get that. I get the idea of there are some things that are subjective. You know what's not subjective? Balls and strikes. Balls and strikes are not subjective. And I'm so tired of seeing 3 straight strikes that were out of the zone. I am so tired of crucial plays that change the outcome of a game. And I'm especially tired of ego. Like, no one has ever in the history of sports, including their own families, has ever come to a game to see the umpires.
Ask the retired Joe West. Ask Scott Foster in the NBA. They might beg to differ with you.
And they are wrong. They are wrong. I have never seen anyone wearing an umpire hat. I've never seen a West jersey. Like, this is the All-Star game. Finally tried out the idea of the robo-ump.
Yep.
And watching a protest call was so much fun.
It was Edwin Diaz, right?
Yep. Watching,
and he got it overturned.
No, that was a strike, and it was a strike by this much, and that was just like, oh, that was great. And I understand that, like, that took longer, and in the reality of a game, you can't do it exactly that way. But the premise of getting it exact is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's not about, oh, I called this one out of the zone, so now I'm going to give the pitcher more leeway as a thank you or as an apology or whatever. Like, come on. It's 2 different situations. Shouldn't matter. Like, just balls and strikes. Bring on our robotic overlords.
So that was the big thing that got us thinking about this, and we were talking about it, was, Major League Baseball All-Star Game finally had the ABS, the automatic balls and strikes, right? Or is that, I think that's what it stands for.
Yeah. I think it was anti-lock braking system, but yeah.
Originally, but these things get rebranded for the better.
Yeah.
WNBA at their All-Star break, they were complaining about the officials. I think Caitlin Clark went on a huge viral tirade. Wimbledon, I remember, they had an issue because they just used the Hawkeye, the electronic thing, for the first time this year, which finally, Wimbledon, welcome to 2001. So we were thinking about all this, and it's true. And I think it's hard because I do love the romantic element of, a manager getting in an argument with an ump, and some of the most iconic memories in baseball or in other sports are refs jawing and tossing people out of games or showing a red card or whatever. But if what's most important is getting the calls right, then why are we still doing this?
Yeah. And also, I've always wondered, and maybe this is me being ignorant about football. I don't know it as well as I know baseball. But when they take out the chains to measure the inches, the ball is just shy. But they don't do that for where the ball started. They estimate where the first down starts, and then they measure with a chain to be very specific within inches of where it ends up. Come on. If you're going to do it, you got to do it in both ends.
So I don't know if you saw this news earlier this year in April. They're getting rid of that. The first down chains are going out to pasture.
Digital, I assume.
Yeah, they're digitalized, which makes absolute most sense. Tennis has always been the one sport that has made the others look stupid, because you have a tennis ball that's going at 160 miles an hour, I think is the world record serve. And they have the technology to see if it lands within a millimeter on the line or not instantaneously. You ever see the US Open, and they do these challenges and they do the great dramatic cartoon of the ball flying through the sky, and it's done in 15 seconds and it's 100% accurate. Why can't we do that put a chip inside the football? How has it not gone 10 yards? How do we not know? Has it crossed the goal line? There's got to be like an infrared, force field at the end zone. And if the ball crosses it, it's a touchdown. Why are we waiting for, and we still don't have, this day and age, every camera that's in an NFL game, and they still go to a replay to see if a guy crossed the goal line with the football, and they still don't have the camera angle that shows them definitively. How is
Yeah.
that possible? And
Yeah,
then
they have
baseball's the latest example with a strike zone. Or foul balls? How can we not get this done?
they have 35 different angles except the one that you
The
need.
one that you want, yeah.
Yeah, the 25 years ago, we had the technology for that stupid, ugly fox puck. Why?
The glowing puck, yep.
Yep. Why can't we follow where a ball or a puck actually goes? Why can't we follow where a bat actually goes? Oh, did he actually swing? Did it cross the plane? Well, freaking look at it from the top.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
And we know we have the technology, because you can tell me, Steve, you can go look this up right now. Pick any major league pitcher, and you'll be able to see how many revolutions per minute his splitter had in the 6th inning, 3rd pitch he threw, down to 3,217. So why can't we do all these things that you already mentioned? It just makes absolute no sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so let me get this quickly then, to rebut you a little bit. Where you kind of alluded to it, where do you draw the line? Because umpires, officials, they have unions. These are jobs. These are an integral part of the game. How far can we go without completely eradicating what should be this human element of sport?
Well, I mean, first of all, ice delivery men used to have jobs, but in addition, I think there can be a human element for judgment calls. Whether a ball is fair or foul is not a judgment call. Whether a ball is a ball or a strike is not a judgment call. Whether a tennis ball or a basketball is out of bounds is not a judgment call. Whether or not it's a first down is not a judgment call. Those are things that happened or didn't happen, and that we should be exact.
All right, and then everything else, you can still have the council of arbiters, I guess.
Yeah,
there.
did someone actually try to get out of the way of the pitch? Is 17 steps traveling? There are things that you can decide, but ball and strike is not one of them.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Steve Hofstetter hates American workers. He's taking away jobs.
I'm trying to create jobs for American engineers.
There you go. STEM. We're pro STEM here. Yeah, get the science and technology going. Love it. All right. We'll get to a completely unrelated topic for me this week that caught my eye. But first, it's time for Not an Ad Read. This is not an advertisement from a brand that doesn't sponsor us. And in the early history of this show, we were pretty much just insulting brands and funny things about them. But recently, Steve, you inspired me with a Not an Ad Read when we gave Rite Aid sort of a backhanded compliment. I'm just going to go all the way, and this is just a positive ad read. A positive ad read. Today's show not brought to you by Celsius Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of my fatherhood. I'm drinking one of these a day. I have a newborn baby at home. I don't drink coffee. I've never been a caffeine person at all, but I've needed it. I don't like the way coffee tastes. I hate the way most energy drinks taste, but I got to tell you, you find the right Celsius flavor, it just tastes like sparkling water. And I'm wired for 3 hours, and they tell me there's health benefits to it. I don't know if I believe that, but if you guys want to send any shipments my way, happy to imbibe.
We should do ad reads for just concepts like this week, brought to you by sleep. Isn't that nice?
Wish I knew. I haven't gotten it in a while. If you do want to sponsor us, real or not, that's enoughshow@gmail.com. You know who does have sponsors, Steve? Joe Rogan, Shannon Sharp, Theo Vaughn, all these people and all these podcasts. And we're not going to be talking about the quality of the show themselves. I don't think either one of us is really into any of these types of programs, but this is something that I had in my back pocket for a few weeks now, and we just hadn't had a chance to get around to it. The New York Times had a story back a couple weeks ago, I think, about who's actually watching all these video podcasts, because the numbers are insane. And they put out some examples. And what I want to say that's enough to, and I don't know if you consume any of these, but these feature film length podcasts. And I went to some of these people. I'm not a Theo Vaughn fan, but I just looked at his most recent episodes. 2 hours and 14 minutes, 2 hours 21 minutes. They found some. They mentioned someone in the New York Times article I wasn't familiar with. Sean Ryan, the Sean Ryan Show. He had Gavin Newsom on the other a couple weeks ago, governor of California. Yeah. 4 hours and 12 minutes for a podcast.
I don't know.
That's not a. Go ahead.
I was going to say my favorite podcast is a show called Criminal, and it is because it's a half hour at a time. It's enough for, like, if you're commuting somewhere, if you're taking a long drive, you can listen to a couple episodes. The episodes are wholly unrelated to each other. It is something you can start and stop. You can not listen for 3 months and then catch up. You can, like, it is something that does not, like, you don't have to devote yourself to it. And the shows that are like 2-3 hours long that come out daily, especially, I'm just like, who has the time
to make it or to consume it? I just look at another one. The Sean Ryan Show, 6 hours, 27 minutes, 35 seconds. That's not a podcast. That's the Godfather trilogy. Like, and this guy's putting out episodes 2-3 times a week. And I just want to say, like, God, like, pump the brakes. And that was a big reason why one of the inspirations for this show only being 15 minutes or so is we wanted you guys to not feel like you had to devote your entire week to us and listen to us in chunks across 7 different days. And sometimes we will be topical and talk about stuff that might be, out of the news cycle by the time you hear it. But a lot of times I think we talk about stuff that could be listened to anytime. And I don't know. Is this a future of where this, like, medium is going? I've had enough, man.
Yeah, I don't know. And look, some people are very bored, and I get that. It's fine. They're very bored. They're, for some people, they're doing a job that is somewhat mindless, and they can just have this on in the background. I think a lot of the video podcasts are still predominantly only listened to. People might have it up in the background,
in the background or something.
Yeah, look in occasionally, etc. Like, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to hobby woodwork a lot. And so I would listen to podcasts while I did that, except when you're sanding, you can't listen to anything. But, it was just something that, like, rather than me just staining a piece of wood by myself in silence, it was nice to listen to something. But the people who tune in religiously, I mean, it's nice work if you can get it, but
yeah, let me tell you. And some of the people that they quoted in that article as listeners, like, yeah, it just feels like I have a friend over my house and we're just hanging out for the night. And I guess I've never consumed media that way. But for people that do, I mean, good on you. But yeah, there will be times I see someone has a really cool guest, or I see, like, a really cool topic, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me listen. I'll throw that on while I'm on the treadmill or while I'm driving. And then I see it's, or a review of a movie that I just saw, and I wonder what the other geeks think like me. And I see 2 hours and 30 minutes, and immediately I'm out. Like, I just don't want anything to do with that.
I don't even want to go to an actual movie that's 2 hours.
That's that long. Exactly.
Like, I went to go see the Superman movie, and I was like, wow, it's a 2 hour and 7 minute runtime. That's a little long. But it wasn't, like, to the point where I'm like, no.
Right. But now you're going to go listen to a breakdown of the actual piece of art that's twice as long as the piece of art itself.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just got to say, go live your life.
Yeah.
Experience. Don't just listen to others' experience.
Very well said, and I can't add anything to that. So thank you guys. Look, we're giving you an extra minute today. We didn't even go to our full 15. We're at like 13 minutes and 55 seconds. That's how much we care about you.
Go hug your loved ones in that minute, but only for a minute.
That's it. That's all we're allowing you. He's Steve. I'm Mike. You are our lovely listeners. We thank you guys for hanging out with us again one more time. This has been That's Enough.